During the chaotic year of 2020, we've been stuck at home doing nothing but watching everything online just for our own safety. Even till this year, some people are still online. We've been daydreaming about our plans we wanted for our vacation for almost a year. Yet, this year, there are some restrictions to travel to some of these places we've always wanted to go. We all know that there's lots of beautiful places and tourist destinations that we've never seen before and we always wanted to go. And of course, we wanted to add these to our bucket list before this year ends. That's why in today's video, we'll be looking at the top 10 best places to visit in 2022. Number 10, the French Polynesia. First on our list at number 10, the beautiful islands of the French Polynesia is made up over 100 islands located in the South Pacific. One island that stands out the most though is the Bora Bora Island. As for its beauty, it looks like it isn't real, but hold on, it has a really crystal clear lagoon, and the way how the islets in the coral reef protect the island completely blows my mind. I mean, for sure, it couldn't be more perfect. If you got some money to travel and have a vacation, you can stay at one of these ocean bungalows that are built right above the ocean water. Now, the center of the island is a dormant volcano called Mount Ultima. This volcano stands an impressive 727 meters tall. It looks like now you're interested, but first, to get to Bora Bora or any other destination in French Polynesia, you're required to take a COVID test 72 hours prior. So, if you can afford it, French Polynesia might be the best place to go and have an adventure and relax into 2022. Number 9. New Zealand from the South Pacific. Let's travel a little. A bit west at number 9, the island of New Zealand. It may look familiar to you, but believe it or not, this is what the island full of mountains is like. Switzerland's fjord, Norway, and even landscapes straight out of Lord of the Rings is from this. It's no surprise that some people have added this place in their bucket list since New Zealand is made up of over 700 islands, but two major ones are the North and South Islands. If your main intention for your vacation is some adventure and crazy landscapes, I definitely for sure recommend the South Island. That is where you can find the Southern Alps, where Mount Cook is located, and which is considered as the tallest mountain in New Zealand. It stands over at a 12,218 feet high, which is absolutely insane. Another incredible spot is the Milford Sound, described as the 8th wonder of the world. That's why it's one of the most wettest places in the world that you could ever go to because of how much it rains and everything there. Right now, it's pretty much impossible to visit New Zealand unless you live there or you have a resident or house there somewhere in New Zealand. But hopefully, I just wanted to keep this guys' list on your mind so that hopefully we can travel. It can open up to more of the country late in this year of 2022 for this beautiful country. Number 8, Bali. Now from New Zealand, let's go to number 8, Bali, Indonesia. It is the most popular travel destination other from the Maldives. I bet you've already saw this place from different movie films. Not just that, aside from being the best place for vacation, it has relatively cheap prices and incredible tropical landscapes. It's easy to see why the travel situation just got a little tricky out there, but hopefully it opens up later in 2022. One of the most popular places to visit in Bali is Nusa Penida. It is an island right off the coast of Bali, and it reminds me of Xanthos, Greece, for it is famous for having white cliffs coupled with perfect beaches. Now for the rest of Bali, it is just full of rice terraces, which is perfect for picture taking, as well as the prime minister spots and jungle waterfalls, quite perfect if you just want to totally relax and chill for your vacation. Number 7, UAE, Dubai. After Bali, we're heading over to Dubai. I have to say, Dubai is one of the most coolest places I've ever been to. Since even after COVID, Dubai has relaxed its entry hours of arrival. Now, Dubai is basically what happens when a city has a blank slate and limitless budget. It is one of the most luxurious countries in the world to make some of the craziest buildings and structures in the world as well. We all know that it's home to famous Burj Khalifa, which is the world's tallest building at 2,722 feet high. If you want to test your fear of heights, you just need to go on the top 124th floor, perfect enough to get an awesome time lapse of Dubai's craziest highway roads from the top. Now, if you get bored, just head down to the bottom and watch the spectacular Dubai fountain shows, which happen absolutely every single day. It is a cool experience to visit the city. However, if you want to experience the beach and Peruvian Gulf, I recommend the Jumeirah Public Beach. Sorry if I mispronounced the name, but it has an awesome view of the Burj Al Arab, which is considered to be one of the only 7-star hotels in the world. It is said to be one of the best hotels in the world, and if you want another cool adventure, just visit the desert safari and you'll find yourself in the middle of nowhere while running some cars at the dunes, but have a good time watching the sunset while experiencing the crazy deserts of UAE. Number 6, Rio de Janeiro. Next, let's visit Brazil. At number 6 on our list is Rio de Janeiro. After Brazil opened its borders, travelers are still required to have their COVID-19 test within 72 hours before boarding the plane. If you get lucky, don't forget to visit Rio de Janeiro for its most wild and vibrant city you've ever visited before. It is home to the most beautiful beaches with massive granite mountains and an energetic culture you don't want to miss out on. One of the most famous places in Rio is the iconic Christ the Redeemer. I know you've already seen this on the internet. It's a massive statue standing over 125 feet tall. There are still some places you need to visit because there are also some amazing beaches in Rio. In fact, one of the most Rio's most famous is Impeneira Beach, perfect for your relaxation. However, before visiting these beaches, you must first check out the famous place in Rio, which is called Miranta Donna Marte. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but it's an absolutely beautiful lookout that has one of the best views of the city, perfect for sunrise, and got one of the most incredible views over the famous Sugarloaf Mountain. Number 5. After Brazil, we have Peru at number 5 of our list. Here you can find one of the most diverse landscapes in the world. It ranges from some of the world's biggest sand dunes to the rainforest of the Amazon. If you want to adventure, one particular region in Peru that is perfect for you is the Peruvian Andes. But before you get to the Andes, the city of Cusco is a great starting point. Not to mention, it is one of the world's highest cities with an elevation of over 11,000 feet, which is absolutely insane. Historically speaking, it was the capital of the Incan Empire from the 13th century until Spanish conquest during the 1500s. In fact, there's a ton of Incan archaeological sites nearby, and the most famous is being the Inca Citadel of Machu Picchu, perfect for your adventure. It is considered to being one of the greatest archaeological feats in the world and is still to this day a full, complete mystery. It is believed to be built around the year 1450, but it was abandoned in 1572, which has remained hidden until it was rediscovered in the 19th century. Not just that, Peru has another stunning place in the Andes you must not miss out on, is the Vincanuco Rainbow Mountain, which is located at a wild 17,000 feet high elevation, and it's world famous for its uniquely covered mountain, which made Peru such a beautiful country we deserve to visit this year. Number 4, next on our list is Oregon in the USA. If you want to travel to the USA, you must visit Oregon. It is perfect for travelers who are stuck in the US and have nowhere to go within the country for vacation. In fact, it was an extremely enjoyable. Oregon is home to one of the best coastlines in the US and is highly recommended. Not to mention Mayor Beach, which is just driving down the 101 coastal highway, had these massive rocks while having the beach with your companions. Another scenic spot is the Samuel H. Boardman. It is a scenic corridor which is considered as one of the most beautiful spots on the Oregon coast. In my opinion, if you get a chance, I definitely recommend road tripping to Oregon this year. Number 3 on our list is Turkey. The country of Turkey is one of the few countries that never really shut down during COVID last year. You were lucky to plan to visit Turkey this year because most of its travel restrictions are lifted within the exception of a few countries. One of the most popular destinations in Turkey is the city of Istanbul, which is the capital of Turkey. The interesting thing about Istanbul is that one of the most fascinating places you've never visited before, because it's a transcontinental city, which means Istanbul is part of both Europe and Asia. The Bosporus Strait, which is considered to be the boundary between Europe and Asia, runs right through the capital. Not to mention that Istanbul is the most populated city of all of Europe, with a population of over 15 million, perfect for travelers interested in the culture and diversity of the city. The history of Istanbul is completely endless. It was settled as far back of the 7th century BC. In fact, it became the capital of the Roman Empire in the year 330 AD. Well, not just that, but one of the most famous features is the city of the Galata Tower, which is a uniquely shaped medieval building that dominates the skyline. The best thing about this place is that it's famous for the morning skylines filled with completely hot air balloons, which is absolutely insane, and you can go with them. It's what the city Cappadocia, which is completely cheap, and Cappadocia is home to the unique rock structures that scatter in land. It's such a wild place. Now, going from number 3 to number 2 on our list is Bavaria, Germany. Next on our list spot for vacation is located in the southern part of Germany, just right next to the Austrian border, which is Bavaria. If you want to visit this capital, hope that travel opens up to Europe this year. Bavaria is home to jaw-dropping scenery, and it's such a charming historic city. Plus, one of the most beautiful towns I want to explore is called Berchtesgaden. Berchtesgaden is a German town located at the base of the Alpine Mountains. If you're into World War II history, you're going to love this place because Berchtesgaden was featured in some movie films. It is also famous for having this mountain cabin right on the lake. Plus, most well-known places in Bavaria is the Neuschwanstein Castle, considered to be one of the most beautiful castles in all of Europe. Neuschwanstein is placed perfectly in the mountains. It gives a whole 360 view of the Bavarian Alps. This town below the castle was completed in 1886 and was also an inspiration behind Disney's Sleepy Beauty Castle, which is made to be the most magical place you need to visit this year. Finally, on our list for number 1 is the Faroe Islands. Located right between Norway and Iceland in the Atlantic Ocean, the archipelago is made up of 18 volcanic islands. This Faroe Island is home to some of the world's most dramatic landscapes, from sheer cliffs to waterfalls straight into the ocean. In fact, the Faroe has so much to offer, such as one of the most scenic places like Faroe Waterfall. I bet you could go enjoy the view as the waterfall is over 100 feet down to the ocean. Plus, the island of Kalsoy has an incredible lighthouse that overlooks some of the biggest sea cliffs you've never seen before. I bet some of you have plans and a list to visit before. I bet you want to visit this place because because of the pandemic, some of these travelers make their way to go to their dream places for their vacation and relaxation. Well then, that's it for the 2022 travel guide. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments below, and let us know if you have any more questions. Make sure to like and subscribe, and that'll be it. Peace.